Yeah.
And I'm sure you have more, but I want to talk about Judge a little bit.
Yeah.
I just read
Go ahead.
something a few minutes ago.
Sure.
So again, it's Saturday, the 1st of May, and
Our
yesterday,
year of our Lord 2021.
the year of our Lord 2021. So I just clicked on MLB.com. I usually take a look at that in the mornings, and it said, Judge this, and he made a swing change over the last couple days.
Sure.
And so I'm like, oh, I love to hear about this kind of stuff. We're talking about slow starts today, right? Maybe I should save the story for the slow starts, but
well, we're into the topic now. We're doing a little bit of a different format today.
Yeah,
we're hitting
right.
We're hitting people. We're hitting them figuratively.
We're hitting them early, and then we'll talk about my car story after that.
Well, you said you had a rabbit going down a pipe or something.
Yes, I had the
figuratively. We don't want PETA to come after us or any animal rights groups because we love animals. Right. We both have dogs.
It wasn't on purpose.
Right.
So Judge raised his hands. Right. Mm-hmm. He said, "I changed my stance. I raised my hands." So again, we're talking about a slow start, right? So he's making adjustments. What is he doing to make adjustments? Did he look at video? Did he look at this? So that adjustment I could have made for him probably, a month ago. When the season started, like it's very obvious, he was missing. I'm not gonna say getting beat because he wasn't getting beat. He was missing belt high fastballs, right, or top of the thigh fastballs. He was missing pitches up. So his adjustment that took him a long time to make was I'm going to raise my hands up. So he hit a home run last night. It was the first home run I've ever seen him hit. I've probably seen it on video, 100 home runs that he's hit, right? It was the first one where it looked like, and I don't know what was going through his head, but going through my head, I would have been like, I'm going to stay on top. I'm going to stay on top. I'm going to stay on top, right? Like that's the adjustment I'm making because I'm going under everything. I'm going to keep my hands up. I'm going to try to hit the top of the ball. I'm going to do whatever. If we look at that home run, and maybe, we can put it through, I can send it to you, but his hands are up probably 3 or 4 inches higher at launch. At first I thought, he's going to lift his hands up. It's not going to change anything. That was my first thought. When they said, he's going to raise his hands in his stance, I'm like, that's cosmetic. As soon as he strides, he's going to pull him down where he's comfortable. Well, he didn't. And that's why I know he was thinking, I got to keep him up. I got to keep him up. It's a very controlled swing he took.
And this is last night, just to be clear, right?
This is last night. So this would have been the 30th of April.
Right. Year of our Lord 2021.
55th wedding anniversary. Yesterday was my parents' 55th.
Oh, congratulations to them. That's tremendous.
Well, it's like, how? Like my mom is a saint. Like to be married to Big Mike for that long.
That's what I say about my mom that's what I say about my mom living with my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
And someday someone will say that about your wife.
Probably not. I'm as close to perfect as possible. Go ahead.
Anyway, so if we slow that down, he stayed on top. It was the most I've ever seen him, and this is great. I guess you can kind of see on video here. But
people can see now. Yeah.
Pulled his hands forward this way. I have never seen him. Usually I see him go here, and then it kind of turns that way. And it was the first time I saw him kind of pull his hands forward, pull the knob out in front, a la Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Oh, okay. I was thinking something.
I mean, it took me a while to mention my guy's name.
Yeah. I got something on my guy though later in the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I was really excited to see that with Aaron Judge.
So no more he didn't barrel dump. For those listening,
no, he didn't drop his. He stayed on top of a high pitch. I thought it was fantastic, and that's the adjustment that he made. So a good hitting coach, and I would try to pride myself on that.
Yes,
because it is a terrible job,
Yeah.
I mean, at a big league level, it's a really tough job. Yeah. Like if the team doesn't hit, it's all your fault. You work, the guys show up for ball games at, say 2:00, 3:00 for a 7:00 game, so they're working long days, right? They're there 8 hours a day. Well, coaches are there for like 4 hours longer than that. They're working 10, 12-hour days, and they're not getting paid anywhere near a player would get paid, and they're doing a lot of work. So it's a very, very tough job, but a good hitting coach sees where these issues may be, right? Like I told you, if Judge is going to miss, he's always going to miss one way, right? Like that's what it is. He always misses under. He always stacks too much over his back leg. He always loses the barrel a little bit early. And if he's late, he pops it up. If he's on time, he hits a fly ball to right field that goes 380 feet.
Yeah.
And then if he's just a tad early, he's going to top spin something to the pull side, right? That's how his swing plate is set up. So how can we flatten that? Well, we raise the hands and finish lower. Instead of lowering the hands and finishing higher, we raise the hands and finish lower. It's totally what he did. He started to pull the knob out in front more instead of just turning it underneath. But a good hitting coach makes that adjustment. Now, not only does a good hitting coach see that and know what the fix is, but a good / great hitting coach knows how to communicate it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I'm not taking I don't know. I know their assistant hitting coach, PJ Pelletier, he was my roommate at Fullerton. Like, he's one of my favorite guys ever. Like, what a great kid. And he's Italian, so,
Wait a second. You just called him a kid. He's your age.
Well, he's not. He was that's funny. I did call him a kid. So when I was a senior, he was a freshman, and we ended up being roommates at Fullerton in an apartment. So he was always a kid to me.
Well, how did he become roommates if he was just a freshman?
I don't know. He wanted to move out.
Okay.
It's Fullerton, man. We didn't have dorms. No dorms at Fullerton.
Oh,
we had an opening.
Yeah.
PJ needed a place to live.
Yeah.
Boom. Roommate.
Did PJ get a lot of girls? Was he a ladies' man?
I think eventually he was, but I don't even know if he was shaving yet at that time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, PJ,
no,
does PJ listen?
He's Italian, right?
Does he listen?
I don't know.
PJ, if you're
Probably
listening,
not. I mean, he's kind of got a busy schedule, I'm sure, every day.
Yeah, but you can always squeeze in some time to listen to the lab. PJ, if you're listening, I just want to let you, on behalf of Ep, I want to apologize for him calling you a kid. You're a grown man and a great hitting instructor and great hitting.
He's a grown ass man.
He's a grown ass man.
He's a grown ass man. Anyway, so I mean, I know PJ. I saw him a couple years ago at Yankee Stadium, and it was like, before batting practice, he was nowhere to be seen. Then he came out in the field for a little bit, and then he's like, all right, Ep, I got to go. Like, I got to go. The guy wants to hit some more. He was talking about Stan. Like, it just works. So, I mean, he's nonstop. I think the only time PJ has time to kind of reflect on what's going on in life is probably during the game. Mm-hmm. And that's likely limited, right?
Yeah.
to when they're on defense. So, anyway, I don't know. And I'm trying to think who the other hitting coach is. Why can I think of the other?
Marcus, no, was it Marcus? Is it Marcus Timms?
It might be Marcus Timms.
It is Marcus Timms.
Yeah. Okay. So and I don't know him personally. I do know that they have. Is Nevin still the third base coach for the?
Phil Nevin is still the third base coach. And Reggie Willits, I think, is still the first base coach. In case you're wondering, you probably
they have like wondering. 3 Fullerton guys on staff.
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but Fullerton's known as a pitching school now.
Yeah, well, Harkey's there. He was a pitching.
Right.
Yeah, ever since Nevin left, Nevin and Kotze and Ep, no more hitters.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, just kidding. They've probably had one or two.
Anyway,
I digress. So
yeah, but you know what's funny about that? They haven't had many hitters at the major league level who've made it to the major league level. A lot more pitchers.
Fullerton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Justin Turner hasn't done very well.
All right, that's one guy. And you know what? He one guy.
What about Michael Lorenzen? He's a pretty good hitting pitcher. He is, though.
Who would you take? Lorenzen out of these 3? Lorenzen, Greinke, Stroman. If you needed a pitcher to hit, bases loaded, 2 outs, Game 7 of the World Series, and they said you can only throw up a pitcher up there, who would you take out of those 3?
Mad Bum.
That's not an option. Mad Bum's not available.
Probably Greinke.
Greinke, very good. I would take Greinke too. Gritty, although Stroman did double last night, put a pretty good swing on it. Poor kid. He one pass ball. It was ruled a wild pitch. Should have been a pass ball. One pass ball / wild pitch. It was a pass ball in my book.
You just called him a kid.
Right. Well, he's my age.
Okay, so getting back to, I'm going to wrap up the Judge
one
thing.
Pass ball, and he suffers the loss. His ERA is at 1.86. Stupid Mets. Go ahead.
Was the catcher on one knee?
Oh, it was James McCann. He got crossed up. Although that sequence, we can get into that some other time. That sequence cost Stroshow.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, he was facing the pitcher. He should have just won. Whatever. Go ahead.
Just let him go, man. Yeah, let it go. Don't get cute.
Right. He got cute, very cute. And it was like, yeah. You know, sometimes the cute ones always turn out to be the ones, you know, on the inside. Go ahead.
So finishing Judge and the good hitting coach, a good hitting coach can convince that player they need to change. So I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, but I'd pretty much bet the Yankees are like, dude, you kind of drop your barrel too much, kind of swing uphill a little bit too much. Maybe you hold a little bit too much weight on your back leg. I don't know. I'm thinking they're seeing that. But how can they convince him to make that change? Well, here's what happened. He had to fail miserably.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, now I'm exposed, right? I'm down, you know, I'm not feeling good about myself. How can you help me? Oh, maybe we try this. Here's some options. Here's some ideas on how you do it. Where a trustworthy hitting coach that has a good relationship with a player says you need to do this, and you need to do it right now. And if you don't, you're going to give away the next 30 at bats.
Yeah.
And who knows who he listened to? Maybe it was he did it on his own. Maybe it was the Yankees hitting coaches. Maybe it was you know, his buddy, the teacher man. You know, I don't know who told him to make that change, but he made it. It's not a teacher man kind of move, that's for sure. But whoever got him to do it, and even if it was himself, he did a great job. And I hope it continues, because if it does, his swing really is good. Judge's swing, it just gets a little bit too much off track, if that makes sense. Like, he drops it a little bit too soon and comes up, but he has good extension. He doesn't have any bat drag. He doesn't arm bar. He's very compact for a guy that's as big as he is. So this little change, based on what I saw with that swing, it would. And I didn't see the other swing. He had 2 home runs. The first one that I liked was a high pitch fastball, and he hit it. I think he hit it the other way, but it was such an easy swing. Like, it almost looked like a BP swing. It was that, you know, compact and smooth and easy with great extension. If he continues to do that, he's going to be a force.